If you're planning to visit Italy anytime soon, here's a list of things you need to expect. Let's kick it off with all things food related, because I mean, what else should we start with? Number 1, a bar is your local coffee shop. And when ordering coffee, remember that espresso is basically your unit of measurement. I explain how to nail your coffee order in this video right here. Anyways, if you're craving a latte, keep in mind that latte means milk in Italian, so this is what you get if you order a latte. If you want coffee in it, ask for a latte macchiato. And if what you're after is a nice latte, then your order should be a latte freddo macchiato. But unless you're somewhere fancy, don't expect ice, because they won't put any. The good news though, it'll cost just around €2. Number 2, there are 2 words for croissant in Italy. In the north, it's brioche. In the center and south, it's cornetto. And this is very important. If you ask for a cornetto in northern Italy, they won't actually understand what you mean. Whether if you ask for a brioche in the south, this is what you'll get. Also, while we're at it, cappuccino or cafe and cornetto or brioche is the go-to Italian breakfast. So, number 3, if you're looking for a savory breakfast, and specifically if you want eggs for breakfast, you need to seek out a cafe or a bistro rather than your local bar, because that's not something we typically serve in the morning. Number 4, and last one, bar theme. It does matter whether you consume your orders standing at a counter, al banco, or sitting at a table. Because if you get a table, there's usually an extra charge called servizio al tavolo. Fear not, because most places have signs showing both prices, al banco versus al tavolo. So check them out and then make your choice. Number 5, you know that basket of bread, grissini and stuff that you find on the table at restaurants? Well, that's not for free. Italian restaurants charge a coperto fee per person, and the amount depends on the type of place you're in. On average, it's around €2, but it can go up to €5 if you're somewhere really fancy. Anyways, even if on the menu you don't read cestino di pane, X amount of euros, you're basically kind of paying it for it anyway. Number 6, Italy isn't exactly the land of dressings. Our typical idea of a dressing is basically just olive oil plus balsamic or white vinegar plus salt and pepper. That's it. At restaurants, this is actually what they'll bring at your table when you order something that needs condiments, like a salad, for instance. And yes, that is most likely what you'll get if you ordered a salad as your side dish. Even with those pre-packed salad bowls, you'll just find one single dose packet of olive oil and balsamic vinegar, and that's it. We're the party crashers of dressings. Number 7, from Monday to Friday, most restaurants offer pretty convenient lunch deals. That said, keep an eye out when you see signs advertising menus like primo, secondo, contorno, dolce caffè, €10. But nevertheless, it is pretty common to find these kind of deals even at very good, high-quality restaurants. So remember the terms menù fisso or menù pranzo, meaning a fixed or limited menu at a lower price. Number 8 and last restaurant tip, when paying the bill, you basically have 3 options. Ask for the conto unico, the total bill. Pay alla romana. Facciamo alla romana. You'll hear that a lot. Basically, the bill is equally split among all the guests. And lastly, ask for conti separati, meaning each person pays for what they ordered. But because this last option is a little more complicated / time-consuming for the cashier, some places may have signs saying non si effettuano conti separati. Number 9 is for pizza. And what can I say that hasn't already been said? Nothing. Just this. We have so many types, and sharing is caring, but not when it comes to pizza. Everyone gets their own, and the most we do is we trade halves so we can try 2 flavors at once. But I'll stop you right there. Number 10. We are not super creative with our beverages. Let me explain. Besides sodas, juices, and iced teas, you won't find many other drink options at restaurants, pubs, or even fast food. You just pick your size, piccolo, medio, grande, and that's it. No syrups, no mixins, no customizing. On the other end though, bars do offer a pretty solid variety of cocktails, alcolici or analcolici. Okay, so we've been focusing on food and food habits so far, so let's move on to some culture and lifestyle specifics. Number 11. I'm sure when I say Italians are pretty extrovert when it comes to greetings, y'all know what I mean, right? The habit of kissing friends and family on the cheek is deeply rooted in our culture. It's not actually a real kiss. I mean, it's almost never a full-on lips on the cheek situation. It's more of a cheek-to-cheek gesture, and then you just make the kiss sound. And it doesn't always need to be 2 kisses. Sometimes you just do it one time. You go, hi, you know? Number 12. When I'm scrolling online, I sometimes see video of people at the grocery store eating or drinking one item from their cart while still grocery shopping. And that is not something I would typically see happen over here. I mean, it's not illegal under Italian law, unless you don't don't plan on paying for said item, because in that case, it's stealing. Don't do that. That said, each supermarket has its own internal rules, and some may not allow foods or drinks to be consumed before checkout, so just ask an employee up front. Number 13. Businesses, shops, stores, and such are open on average from 9:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. But that does not necessarily mean they stay open straight through. In fact, especially in smaller towns, it's pretty common for businesses to close for a lunch break and in the early afternoon. If they do not close, you'll often see a sign that says Orario continuato. My advice? Either check online in advance and just hope their Google page is updated, or just ask a local. They will know. Number 14. Hair salons, again, especially in smaller towns, are closed on Mondays. Some say, well, the internet says that this is a tradition that started many years ago, like centuries ago. Well, I don't know about that. What I do know is that if you're in a small town or in a village, your hair salon is probably closed on Sundays and Mondays. Number 15. Here's a cool thing that you can do for free on a Sunday in Italy. You can go to a museum. Many museums across Italy take part in an initiative called Domenica al Museo, which means that on the first Sunday of every month, the entry is totally free. You still need to book your ticket online in advance and stuff, but I go into more detail on this topic, and I share even more tips like when to go to the movies in this video right here. Well, alright, so now it's time for some actual travel tips. You ready? Number 16. Speaking of tips, here's my tip on tipping. Did you see what I did there? Tipping, aka dare la mancia, it's not exactly a huge deal over here. I mean, it's definitely super appreciated, but it's not exactly a widespread practice. Let's put it that way. It is definitely not compulsory like it is in some other countries. Usually, the most you'll see is a tip jar on the counter in bars and shops and stuff like that. You'll recognize that by the sign that says mancia or plural mance. Number 17. If you need a taxi, you basically have three options. If you're near a taxi stand, which is marked by the orange sign that says taxi, or if you're at a spot where taxis are already lined up, you can just hop on the first one available. You can call a taxi, like you can literally dial a phone number and then give them the pickup address, or you can use a mobility app, e-taxi, free now, app taxi, in taxi. You'll find plenty if you look online. What you cannot really do is flag a taxi down on the street. That doesn't typically work over here. Number 18. When staying in hotels and B&Bs, keep in mind that on top of your room rate, you'll be charged a local tax, aka tassa di soggiorno. It is a fixed cost that varies by city, and it's calculated per day, per person. Usually, you'll pay for that directly at the property, like on location, and some places only accept cash. Number 19. My favorite way to travel around Italy is by train. We have high-speed trains connecting major cities, and those are run by Italo and Trenitalia. Trenitalia is also part of the Ferrovie dello Stato group, so on their website you can also check out all the other types of trains which stop in small towns and villages too. If you're really not a train person though, we also have long-distance buses that run across Italy and Europe. The main ones are Flixbus or Flixbus and Itabus. But that said, traveling by bus takes way longer than by train. To wrap it up, for getting around within a city or a town, there's also local public transport, but each region and sometimes even each province runs its own system. So I suggest you search trasporto pubblico plus your city of interest and see what options are available. Number 20. If number 19 is really not your thing and you're more of an Italy by car type of person, well, I'm not exactly your guy for rental tips, but I will tell you, you have to take the highway and visit one of the rest stops along the way. We call them autogrill. Those places, you guys, are legendary. They are frozen in time. They're packed with snacks and items that you won't be able to find anywhere else. Believe me when I say, stopping there will make you feel like the very definition of a local. And that, my friends, concludes the series. I'll see you in the next one.